How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another super pickups, you could say. I ain't done one for a while, been a bit sick, got blocked a bit. That fly is really pissing me off. We'll continue for now. Where did he come from? Anyway, so yeah, I've been a bit sick, got blocked up here, so I'm probably speaking really loud because I still can't hear perfectly well in that ear. But it's just been building up all this stuff, which I've been picking up. We've got CX, we've got eBay, we've got Facebook, we've got a Kickstarter thing that's pretty cool as well to show you. I need a haircut. Just looking at myself in the camera now, thinking I need a haircut. The hot weather's here. The car boots are officially starting, hopefully. Right, what shall I kick it off with? I'll do this over here. So I've been browsing eBay every day pretty much for N-Gage stuff I don't have. Nothing new here actually. Well, there is one thing I suppose, because I wanted a second N-Gage. I thought what better to go for the opposite of the one I got a while back, like a month or two back. Saw this one, ended at a really weird time. I think it was like 1:30 in the morning, and obviously thought hopefully that will put people off bidding, but excuse me. And I think it did. It paid off. So we got a boxed N-Gage, lovely condition actually. Does come with the Sims busting out. To be fair, it's all there. It's really nice condition. There's actually 2 copies of the Sims busting out in there. I believe the guy said he had 2 N-Gages, and obviously one stopped working. There's an extra battery in there, an extra dummy sim, which obviously if you're playing just for the games, you're going to want that. And then just a small stack of games, which I wasn't really too bothered about the games, to be fair, per se. Super Monkey Ball. I've actually played that. I've been playing the N-Gage a bit. I've been taking it to work. It's pretty cool. It's actually quite good, that is. I was really surprised by the graphics. I know they're quite basic graphics, but actually, you know, I'd say the graphics aren't far off the GameCube version. Controls are a bit slippery on that. Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. Again, I've played this one as well. Again, really surprised by the graphics in that. They're basically exactly the same as the PS1 version. No cutscenes or anything. They're sort of just a wall of text you just read. So, not as good as the PS1 version, I suppose. I was playing quite a bit of that, and one thing which was really annoying me was the controls. So you push forward and she sort of starts running. And then when you let go, she keeps running. And I was like, oh, fucking hell. I thought the button was sticking as you kept running, but that cough's killing me. But it wasn't. It was just, I read the manual, and so that's a feature in this game that has sort of an auto-run feature. But yeah, quite surprised. Pretty good. MotoGP, not played that one. Virtual Tennis, again, not played that one. Sonic N. Now, I have been playing that one. Played that quite a bit at work. It's quite deceiving because you look at the screenshots there. Can't see them very well. But there's actually like a border at the top and bottom because obviously the screen's like that way. It's not. Yeah. So I assume that's why. And because it's so thin, it's really like you just basically once you get to full speed, you just run into something and your rings go everywhere. I then got to Act 4. It's an underwater stage. I hate underwater stages. The boss is underwater. You sort of have to. He knocks the ceiling and some platforms fall down. You have to jump on the platform and then jump on him. I couldn't do it, so I go up on that. And last but not least, Pandemonium. Again, holds it pretty well for a PS1 game. Graphics are pretty much identical, I'd say. Good game as well. Again, no videos or anything. It's all just a wall of text you read through basically on them. So all that was £42, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, which is pretty good for a box to N-Gage and stuff. I've got some more N-Gage stuff on the way. It's a really tricky market because a lot of stuff just doesn't come up ever, and when one does come up, it's sort of like there's no like, right, the last one sold for this. It's more just, right, what do you want to pay for it, basically. So that was that from eBay. Another eBay purchase here. Wii U game, been after this for a while. And it's Pokken Tournament. All complete, and the Mew card is sealed. So that's one of the reasons I hadn't picked it up, because I wanted the Mew card sealed. Don't ask me why. I just wanted it sealed. So yeah, I'll probably give that a go. Says it's pretty good. Basically Tekken, but Pokemon. Speaking of Pokemon, again, this was a weird one. This came up, and I think it was £11.50 buy it now. And I was just like, the person had no feedback, so I was just like, don't think that's going to turn up. It's Pokemon Ultra Sun. So £11.50. Anyway, I think about a week went past and I hadn't heard anything or received anything, so thought, gonna have to put a claim in there. Anyway, like literally that night, I got a message from the person saying, "Oh, sorry, I forgot you to post your thing. Please have a 5% discount," which is really weird. So she refunded me like 65 pence or whatever it was. And lo and behold, it came through in the post like a couple of days later. So it was actually like £10.85 for that. Sealed. Probably won't play it. Yeah, I was just like, just an odd price, I suppose. Maybe she got confused with the first one, the Pokemon Sun, maybe, but even that's worth more than £11.50. So, right, I guess I'll just stick to eBay stuff here. Do all these. Right, first up, Dreamcast games. This one, really chuffed with this one. This is classified as very rare on Retro Collect. I think it's like 30 on CX, never comes up because it's cheap. This one was $26.99, and I was just about to go out as well. I noticed someone was listing loads of Dreamcast games, your usual Sonics, just the usual ones you see. And then this one came up, and I was like, wow. So I fucking bought that straight away, and it's Aqua GT. Like I said, I believe it's $26.99. Lovely condition. I like I say, really, really tricky one to find, so glad to have that one off the list. Here's another one which is going up. I think this was, I'm gonna say £11.99. I think. Oh no, I think it was 10. I think it was £10. It's Spec Ops 2 Omega Squad. Lovely condition. I think this was on CX, and I think it's 20 quid on CX. I was just like, I'm not paying 20 quid for it. So, right, these next ones are actually all sealed. So, yeah. So there's a chap on there. I think I've bought some sealed stuff off him before. I don't know where he gets it from, but I believe, yeah, so got 4 games here. So when you buy 4 Dreamcast games, he was giving 25% off. So the standard prices for them were a bit, but once you actually added in the 25%, it was actually pretty good prices. So the first one, Conflict Zone, this was $10.99, I think. I think CX sell it for 10, so I was just like, okay. So I need that one. Next up is it Evolution of Speed, is that? Anyway, needed this one. And again, I think that one's about £8 in CX. I believe this was, again, it's about a tenner on there. I can't remember the exact price I paid for it, but I need that one. And then we've got Pod 2. Now, I've bought this loads of times on my Dreamcast roulette videos, and every time they've come in really bad condition. I believe it was like £3 in CX. Anyway, I checked recently, and it's like, I believe it was like £6 in CX. I think this was £8, I want to say, for a sealed one. And then last but not least, there's excuse me, Ah, the cough's killing me. This is actually an upgrade to one I already had. So it's Midway Greatest Arcade Hits sealed. I think that was £20, that one. But here's my copy of it. Not particularly bad. It's just here. See that? It's got water damaged. I bought it like that. So not bad to get an upgrade for that. I want to say all of them cost me £42 or something once I had the 25% off. So I thought that was a pretty good price for them. Obviously now I'm like, do I open them? Do I not? Maybe, maybe not. Right, so that's all the CX stuff I have to show you. CX, eBay stuff. Next up, we shall move on to CX. So I've been trading the odd bit in here and there. Just been picking up some smaller titles, really, which I needed. So, CX. Right, first up, we've got Mick and Max Global Gladiator for £4. Not quite sure why this is not mint. Oh, yeah, it could be that. There's like a slight ding in the cartridge. That could be the reason why. But for £4, I thought, that's a bog one. Next up, we've got The Incredible Hulk. This was £15. Good condition. There's a slight ding again in the label there. There's a slight ding. Nothing too terrible. I can live with it. Case is fine. Hang tabs fell off, but £15 for that one. Some Dreamcast stuff here. So this is an upgrade to the one I've got. It actually came through in lovely condition. It's Sega Worldwide Soccer 2000. I think this was £5 with postage. Ordered this off the website. Yeah, lovely condition. Championship Surfer, £15. Obviously, £1.50 postage on that. Again, lovely condition. And this game, this game. So I ordered this again, and I ordered it with something else I bought to try and get it from a certain store. Turns out that didn't happen, and it came from one of the stores I already took it back to. So I was like, oh fucking hell, someone else must have bought it from the store I wanted it from. So a couple of days, I think 2 days passed, and I checked, and I was like, it's still in stock in that other store. So I was like, oh fuck, I just order another one. So obviously the one I received, the first one, which was obviously the one I already took back with no manual. Then I received this one, and thank God it came with a manual, because I am so sick of being outbid on this game. And the manual, to be fair, is not the best condition. So it's Dragon Rider. Discs all there. And then the manual. And it looks like it's been kept somewhere damp. It's like got, I'd say mould on it, but the camera's not really picking that up very well, but yeah. Not sure, but I think that was 30 quid, that one. So, finally have a manual for that one. So, the game I actually, saying I bought that first one, I wanted it from a specific store, so I had to order something with it. Well, see, that didn't happen. And I couldn't really find anything apart from this, which is Afterburner Black Falcon for the PSP. And to be fair, it's fine condition. I was going to take it back, but I thought, you know what, for £4, I'll just keep it. So you don't really see that very often, to be fair. So I was just like, keep it for now. And the last 2 bits I got from CX, you'll probably be surprised by this first one, thinking, how do you have that game? But it's one of those which I've never actually, I don't know, so I've probably overlooked it, to be fair. Now this does need a new case. The manual is a little bit worn, you could say. It's a Mega Drive game. It's Golden Axe 2. I think this was, got the voucher there. This is £12. It's all there. Like I say, the manual, it's sort of been a bit tatty on the edges. It's not too bad, to be fair. I think the thing's snapped there, so it won't stay in. The cart's really nice, to be fair. Yep, so that was £12. And then lastly, from CX, a PS Vita game. Been after this one for a while again. This was £18, and it's Tales of Hearts R for the PS Vita. And to be fair, lovely condition. Really looking forward to playing this one, to be fair. I love these Tales of games. They're so awesome. Especially Vesperia for the 360. If you've not played that, I recommend you play that. Right. So the next lot is mainly... Oh, sorry, one more thing from CX, actually. Sorry. I actually bought this, literally I didn't leave the counter. I traded loads of stuff in, got my voucher, and I was like, I'll take that. And it is The Legend of Zelda Limited. It's the Legend of Zelda 25th Anniversary Limited Edition. It doesn't come with the game as CX, just they take the game out. You can see it was £98, sorry. Should have got this out before I started the video. How unprofessional of me. Like I say, it's all there apart from the game. I actually have the game which goes with that. It's a special cover. It's like a gold cover. Apart from the game not being in there, it's all in great condition. All the baggies and stuff are there. Obviously you've probably seen this before. But there's the console. So I had a good check over of this before I bought it. Say, a little bit grubby, but to be fair, apart from that, because then it's like sort of shiny. Not as shiny as I remember, to be fair. But yeah, it's hardly scratched at all. So I thought, definitely taking that. I think I paid £6 towards it. I think I had £92 on a voucher, and then I paid like £6 towards it. Comes with a dock as well, so that's pretty cool. I originally was going to take that out. He's like, oh, it doesn't come with it. I was like, it says in the box it does. He's like, oh, does it? I was like, yeah. So I put it down there. The box is a little damaged just here, so you probably can't see that very well. There, a bit creased, but still holds its form and shape, you could say. So let's take that sticker off before it damages the box. Oh, there's a bit of paint on it. I don't know why that. It's like that when I bought it. Don't know how someone got paint on it. Well, I do. They're obviously painting something around it. Right, that's all the CX stuff. Next is, I suppose we should do some Facebook. So first up, some Game Gear games. Now, chap had a big lot of Game Gear games, mostly boxed. Some really nice ones, to be fair. Sort of, I think he put up a post saying, would anyone be interested in these? Just sorting out some prices. I got tagged in the thing when it came up. I did say how much for all the boxed PAL games, but I believe there was 2 people in front of me, which had already asked, and then it sort of, I think my comment got lost in all the other comments. Because so many people were asking and stuff. So once it died down, I was like, how much for the rest of the PAL games, boxed ones? I think another chap bought a few off him while it was organising a deal. Sort of pissed me off, to be fair, because he sort of bought, I think he bought 4 or 5 off him. So while we were dealing with that, and then like 2 hours later, he was on there selling stuff, going, "Oh, I need some money to pay for my electric bill or something." I was just like, you just spent like 50, 60 quid on on Game Gear games, so why did you buy them? But anyway, this is what I got. So these cost me £230, and you're probably thinking, wow, that is a lot for some Game Gear games. But one of them alone, I think he had 150 on one of them alone. And to be fair, it is a really, really rare game. Now these are all box complete. There's the odd one which is in a bit shitty condition, to be fair. Some of them need a clean. But anyway, so first up, Space Harrier. Nice condition, that one. Bit of a sticker on the front, just got to get that off, to be fair. Wonder Boy. Again, that one's nice condition. Flaps are lifting up there. So all the manuals are in lovely condition. Prince of Persia. I can't give you the individual prices on these because I didn't really... All I know is the expensive one was 150 quid, give or take. Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. Again, that's nice condition. Super Monaco GP. This is one of the ones which is not... Like, the manual's fine in the cartridge, but like I say, that's rips there. So I'll keep it for now. It's one of those I'll probably wait for an upgrade on it. This is another one which is a little bit battered. Wimbledon. So that's not terrible condition. It's just little rips there and stuff. Again, this is another one which is a little damaged. Dragon Crystal. Just there. There's a big hole in it. Not sure why someone would put a big hole in it, but again, I can upgrade it at a later date. The rest, I think, are all fairly nice condition. Krusty's Funhouse. Again, that's not bad. There's a little rip in it there. Fantasy Zone. This is actually quite a tricky one to find. Yeah, most of these ones are. This is Drop Zone. A lot of these Codemaster ones are quite tricky to find. That's the only thing wrong with that is the glues came loose, which is not a problem because actually I can get into the box easier. This one, again, another one which is a little bit tricky to find. Drudge Dread. Lovely condition, this one. Great condition, you could say. Devilish. Again, lovely condition on that one. And then we've got Echo, the Tides of Time. I believe that's the second one. Sure it is. That's heavy, that one. I think the book on it's like a fucking Bible. That's obviously an exaggeration, but yeah, lovely condition, that one. And then the main event, the most expensive one, and to be fair, it's in very good condition. It is Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle. It's got a sticker there. I was trying to get it off at some point. I'm still debating how to get it off. I might just leave it. I'm not really sure. Again, complete, all there. That on CX is mint one's 220 quid, unless you have one in stock. A unboxed one is 150, I want to say. So I think he did knock a bit off it in the end with all the others. But like I say, that is a really, really expensive and rare game to find. Move these before they all topple over. Right, so next up, we've got a Mega CD game. and it's quite a tricky one to find. Well, actually, no, I suppose it's not. There's quite a few on eBay, to be fair. It's just priced really highly because it's a really good game. But yeah, bought this off Facebook. I can't remember the people's names on any of these. Very sorry. Actually, no, I think this is a chap called John Hamilton. Could be wrong. I think I bought off him before. But anyway, Terminator for the Mega CD. Very good condition. He did say it was in mint condition. And to be fair, for the most part, it is. Apart from the cover, you see, you're not going to see that. It's got an ever so slight wobble kicking off, which it's not bad. 95 quid for that, which is, like I say, it's not a cheap game. This goes for 100 all day long, boxed. I think it's 120 on CX. There's a couple which have gone for 150 quid on eBay, which is like way over. A couple no manual. I think they'd gone for about 80. But for 95, I thought that's a pretty good price, to be fair. Right. The last Facebook pickup. Excuse me. Right. So, first up, I think this is a chap called Danny Higgins, maybe. Saw these. I was like, you know what? I've been after that for a while. 2 American games. These are 2 American PS1 games. And obviously, when I was in America, I think a couple of years back, I did go into a game shop and I saw these, and I was just like, wow! I was so surprised by the prices. So they're not. Well, actually, tell a lie. One of them anyway. The other one I wasn't really looking for, but I know it's a American exclusive. Well, exclusive, I say, wasn't released over here in Europe. So the first game is Threads of Fate for the PlayStation 1. And this is in lovely condition, apart from, and this is a thing American stores do. Not all stores, but the barcode there, they punch a hole through it. I don't know why they do that. It's really fucking annoying. One hole would have been sufficient, but obviously they decided to do 2. I mean, he didn't mention that, so maybe he should have mentioned that when I bought it. But I think that was 20 quid, which is a pretty good price, to be fair. Manual's got a little crease in the front there. Like I say, apart from that, I can live with that, to be fair. Now onto the main event. Did double check with him on the condition of this one, because I was a bit like, it did seem slightly cheap. I think it was 85, this one. Was it 75? No, 75 and 20 for that. And it is the mighty Valkyria Profile, is it? I think that's how you say it. Valkyrie Profile, there we go. Slow. My brain's slow to figure it out. Anyway, this, I believe, is very sought after on eBay, especially over here. I think 150, easy. Well, I say easy, but like over 100, shall we say? 100. It's definitely over 100 all day long. I think one did sell bidding for 95, but when you read the feedback, they didn't send it. Someone like he didn't send it because he wanted more money for it. So. He did mention that the manual was well read, so, and he was right. I asked him about the disc condition. He said the first disc is a little scratched, and to be fair, it is. I reckon a CX buff on that, £2 buff, will be sort that right out. And then there's obviously the manual, which you're not going to see from that. That is how bad it is, but. At first I thought, oh, it's been water damaged, but I don't think it has. I think it's just been really well read. You can see here, there. Because obviously when they go water damaged, the pitch comes off. Maybe it is slightly water damaged. Looks like there's a little bit of water damage there. but a manual is a manual, I suppose. So it's hard to tell. What is that? Some sort of dusty substance in there. But yeah, it's a manual, so it's not one of those, you know, maybe I'll see it down the line somewhere and I'll be able to pick it up, get myself a better manual, but for now, I thought that was pretty good. So yeah, so that was 75, that was 20, 85 for both. Thought that was a pretty good price. So like 15 for that, you could say, and 70 for that. So 70 for that is a really good price, to be fair, in this condition as well. So really chuffed to get that. Excuse me. And then a couple, like a week later, he had a couple more things on. One of them I've been at for a while. One of them I was just like, sort of like, I didn't even know that came out. 2DS games. 2DS games, not 2DS games, if you know what I'm saying. And the first one is Freshly Picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. That's quite a tongue twister. Say that fast. Freshly Picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. Lovely condition. The points card has been scratched, so, but you know, I can live with that. Say, lovely condition. Slight ding in the case there. Nothing too bad. I believe that was £25, that one. I think it's 30 in CX. I don't think they have, or they might have them in stock. Right, so next up, like I say, this next one, didn't know it even came out on DS. It's a American exclusive, and when I say that again, I mean it didn't come out over here. And it's, I can never pronounce these. Is it Altair Annie, Alchemist of Seren Island? Yeah. Lovely condition. Looks unused, to be fair. £20 on that one. I had a quick check on eBay before I bought that, and the prices were completely, they're all over the shop. I think there's one on in the UK for 60, I want to say. Not sold. I think he had 100 on it. Like, when I checked first time, when I checked just before doing this video, he had it for 60. So there was one in America which sold for £46 on bidding. So like I say, all over the shop. All I know is it was worth 20 quid. So boom. So like I say, 45 for them. Right, we're nearly there. We're nearly finished. The next is just some stuff I got from more modern stuff here, actually. This one as well. I'll start with that. So anyway, this one, the first game in this series, is an incredible game. This is actually a prequel, and it's not done by the original people. I believe they're working on the sequel. Anyway, this is Life is Strange Before the Storm. I have opened it. I'm playing it right now. If you've not played Life is Strange, I definitely recommend you play it. The story in it is just incredible. It's just so well written, and the episodic nature of it, I think, works really well. This one is the first one is 5 episodes. This one's just 3 episodes, and it was the same price as well. So not sure if it was worth it. I think this was 25 quid. Comes with an art book, soundtrack, some other stuff as well. What was annoying is when I put the disc in, it asked for an update. I was just like, why not just put the update on the disc? I'm on episode 2 of that at the moment, so 1 episode left. It's definitely not as well written as the first one, but I am still enjoying it. Anything Life is Strange is a win in my book. The first one revolved around a mechanic involved with time, where you could turn time back and change the dialogue tree, you could say. So if you did something wrong, or you didn't like how it turned out, you can just rewind it and sort of you can just mess around with the dialogue trees basically. I think it was really cool. Obviously this one doesn't have that. This is more of just your standard story, so there's no like twisting the dialogue options and stuff. Like I say, maybe that's why it's not as good. Just a couple of like, just a couple of the conversations, like the dialogue in it. I just thought, you know what, it doesn't really fit very well. Put that back up there. Yeah. Right. Next up, this actually turned up damaged, which is a bit annoying. Maybe I could have complained, but I didn't. It's The Witcher Wild Hunt Game of the Year edition. The case is broke just here, so it doesn't actually close. But I just thought, you know what, I'll get a case swap on it at some point. I think that was 15 quid for that. And the good thing about this is there's no DLC code. It's basically the original game with all the DLC on the disc. No updates, I think, unless you're playing on Xbox One X. I believe there's a 4K patch for that. Incredible game. If you like Elder Scrolls, this is definitely for you. If a bit harder, I'd say. There is a difficulty, but even on easy, there's some bits like you can't just button mash it. It's not a button mashing game. You need to time your dodges. Think about what sort of magics you're going to use and stuff. But yeah, that again, really well written. I would definitely recommend that to anyone who's not played it. Like I prefer it over Elder Scrolls. I find Elder Scrolls a bit repetitive, you could say. They sort of just keep repeating the same. Like a lot of the missions, like side missions and stuff, are the same. Go to this dungeon, find an item. Go to this dungeon, rescue someone. It just seems to repeat. Whereas a lot of side missions in this are like quite unique. So play that if you've not played it. What should I put that down there? Okay. Here's another one after a while. Been looking. I nearly bought the 360 version of this, but like I say, never got around to it. Dungeon crawler, and it's Diablo, and this is Reapers of Souls edition. This obviously comes with the original game and the expansion. I've been trying to pester my mate at work to get it so we can co-op it, because I hear it's really good in co-op. Not sure if it's got split screen. Yeah, looks like it has. Maybe I'll play it with Amanda. I'll force her to play it, because I hear on your own it gets a bit grinder, so it's just like but I think that was like 10 quid, so I thought definitely get that. Right, next up we've got bought these off Amazon actually. I believe I got £5 off if I installed the Amazon toolbar on my Internet Explorer and then bought £25 worth of stuff through the toolbar. You get £5 off. I got my £5 off. Picked these two games. The first one is The Inner World for Xbox One. Old school point and click game. I believe there's two games in here. It's got the original game, The Inner World, and it's got the sequel, The Wind Monk. So I've actually watched someone playing that, and it looks pretty cool, to be fair. Looks the humour in it was very witty, you could say. But that was $17.99, and then obviously finding someone else to go with it, it's always a bit of a pain in the ass. Found a PlayStation Vita game for 8 quid, and this is X-Blade. I believe there's like a Japanese, what do they call them, storybook game. So no real gameplay as such, just more of a story. I believe it's based on the Blaze Blue fighting game series. Yeah, it looks pretty interesting. Definitely give that a go. So obviously that was like 26 quid, and then obviously got £5 off, so I thought that was pretty good. Definitely going to be playing that soon. I think it looks pretty good. I like me a point and click game. Speaking of point and click, and the last thing, actually I'll show you that. Oh no, not the last thing. A PS4 game here, and I believe this is another point and click game. Bought this off base.com, which is a great website if you I was sick if you don't want to pay the postage charges on Amazon because you have to spend 20 quid. But anyway, this game is Silence for the PS4, and I believe this was originally only released in France, I want to say, but obviously got a PAL release, an English release, you could say. And like I say, I think it's a point-and-click game. It was like $9.99, 10 quid, so it looks pretty interesting. The graphics are really good, to be fair. I'll show you, but you can't probably not be able to see that very well. So, and that's all my sort of modern pickups. I'll show you this. So, got the latest data disc release. This is Afterburner 2. This is the double discer in there. I believe this is the limited edition. It's got some sort of purple splodgy discs. It's pretty cool. I've noticed on Facebook there's lots and lots of video game soundtracks coming out now on vinyl. Seems to be the new thing. I'm actually in a group, I believe, vinyl collector something, I don't know. And there's a lot of people there who post collections of all their, and there's so many coming out. I just sort of stick to the data discs ones because I don't really want to dip my toe into. I've not got much room for vinyls, to be fair, and I feel like I'll just stick to the data disc ones, to be fair. Obviously I've got a couple others which data discs sold. Are they Mondo ones, I believe they're called? I've got a couple of them. Right. So the last thing, and this is actually a Kickstarter game, came through. I'm not really sure why I bought it, to be fair. It just looked really interesting and cool, to be fair. This is an unreleased NES game. Well, I'll say unreleased, it is released now because I have a copy in my hand. I believe it was 45 quid, so not cheap, but came through. Pretty happy with it, to be fair. And it is Mystery World Dizzy. I believe, when I say actually tell a lie, it was released, but I believe it was on microcomputer. The NES version, which is just here, was made, and then they never actually released the NES version of it. Then obviously, lo and behold, they obviously found their a copy of it, and they thought, oh, we'll release that. So I believe it's the Oliver twins which make the Dizzy games. Are they Codemaster? Was it Oliver? I don't know. Yeah. So comes in a box protector. I have actually had it out. Comes with a manual, nice coloured manual. I believe the cartridge is grey, actually. There was an option to get a white one or a red one. I just went classic grey because I thought it looked the coolest. So yeah, not a massive fan of like reproductions and stuff, but I don't know what drew me to this. Maybe because it's sort of not a hack, you could say. It's actually a new game, and I know people release new games all the time on NES, but sort of like it was going to be a NES game, and they finished it and actually released it. So I thought that was pretty cool. And that is it. And I've been holding that cough in. There's the tickle in my throat. It's just been tickling me the whole video. And I'm gonna stop the video now and cough my lungs up now. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you to all the new subscribers, which is actually weird because it took me like a year and a half to get 100 subscribers. I've got 200 subscribers now. Maybe it was the CX video. I don't know. That seems to have what pushed my subscriber count up. Not that it's about subscribers, you know, because I just do it for the love. But thank you to all the new subscribers. Yeah, I was just surprised by, like, it took. I'm trying to think. I think it was just before Christmas when I got 100 subscribers. So in like 4 months, I've got double. I've got 205 at this point. I'm probably saying that I'll probably lose some now, but before this video goes up. But yeah, so thanks to all new subscribers. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for coughing like a lot, but I couldn't help it. And these pickups were just stacking up all over the place. I had to get them sorted, and now I can put them on the shelf. Say shelf, I've got no room for anything, so I need some more shelves. IKEA it is. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.